today's topic is inventions and discoveries. So we are going to talk something about the ancient past. So look at this. Here we have some illustrations. Tell me, how different has life been from the ancient past to the modern era? Paloma, what do you think about it?
Mm, Teacher, can you repeat me the question on the I don't understand?
Oh, yes, of course. How different was the life in the ancient past, the modern era? So, how different was before and now?
Oh, okay. Well, the first difference, teacher, I can see is the clothes.
Uh-huh.
No, the clothes they use it, and it's they're made with animal skins,
Uh-huh. Animal leader.
animal leader, and the food is different today. They maybe I don't know exactly, but maybe they eaten more plants,
Uh-huh.
roots, plants, and well, maybe animals too,
Mm-hmm.
but other kind of animals. And other thing maybe teacher is the weather. No,
Uh-huh.
it's different weather now. Yes, I can see that. Another different teacher is maybe the language and how they build their houses.
Uh-huh. That's it. Pretty good. All right. Well, thank you. So, Saul, please tell us, what's your opinion about it? How different was life in the ancient past from the modern era?
Okay, well, I read a book called *Sapiens* that call or talk about this topic. That in the ancient era, uh, were a few group of humans and there are other sapiens uh, that lived with the Homo sapiens that were more strong than the Homo sapiens, but the Homo sapiens could adapt better to the circumstance, to the weather, and work together to get their objectives. And the difference was the main difference was that could work together. So they they were cazadores. How do you say cazadores?
Hunters.
Excuse me.
Hunters.
Okay, hunters. They were hunters. Uh, then with this union, they could trap animals more bigger than they usually uh, did. Uh, so prosper the Homo sapiens in the air,
Hey,
and and little by little they were uh, change the hunting for the agriculture
hey, that's it.
and change their habits.
That's pretty good. So they were supposed to be living from place to place, and later on, did they establish?
Okay.
Hey, that's pretty good. All right, so look at this. In this other part, here we have a scene where they are supposed to be bringing food for their families, for their group. And well, I don't know, they didn't used to go shopping. They used to go and collect some edible things, some edible plants, or animals, or maybe eggs that they found. Of course, in here, this is not serious. This is an enormous egg. I don't think that an egg like this could exist. It's so big. So,
Yes.
uh,
Maybe um, I don't remember exactly the name, teacher. This bird, kind of bird in these times, but in Spanish it's a pterodactyl or algo así,
the
something.
pterodactylus. You know
Also,
what? This was a scene of a comic movie. The comic movie was The Caveman, and the starring was Ringo Starr. Here you are, Ringo Starr,
mhm.
the drummer of the Beatles. Of course, this is a comic
Yes.
movie, so
Mhm.
nothing related to reality. Okay, so now let's go to this picture. In here, we can see people who are going shopping. So that's so different. So, Paloma, could you describe how you go shopping?
Yes. I described the picture, teacher,
Yes,
or
or if you
or
want,
in my experience.
yes, why don't we talk about our own experiences?
Okay, well, teacher, when I will go to shopping, for example, some one shopping is for the house, for the go to the supermarket, or we need to something food. Another shopping is when you want to uh, obtain or well buy something for you. When I go to when I take my shopping time, I would like to go to the mall, and I have a specific stores that like me. They are stock. For example, about the clothes, and 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 I looking all time the specials, because in specific times have a specials, and they give good prices,
Mm-hmm.
and for example, if you want a shirt in the regular price, maybe you pay maybe $40, $50. And when they have a special, when that store have a special, maybe you can take a 40, 40 off, 40 off, uh,
40% off?
40%
Uh-huh,
off,
40% off.
off, or maybe 60 if you have a coupon, because the stores give the coupon for their customers. You sign in your web in the web page, the store web page, and you sign, and they send you by mail email specials and coupons. And this is my kind of when I go to the shopping. I waiting for the coupons, or where they have a special time. But if I need something, teacher, because I have a party, or I need something for the house or to me, well, I'm looking the best price, and if not, I pay the regular price. But
All right.
it's a it is no, it's a, how do you say, no, it's a, it is no regular, o sea, it is only eventual, no?
Eventually.
Eventually, yeah, teacher. But I like too much go to the shopping. It's I say it's my therapy, no? But it's a it's only justify me, no? Justify me because
Okay.
I want to spend my money.
But you know what? I think that it is something so common. What do you think about it, Saul?
My opinion about shopping.
Uh-huh.
Well, I used to go to the mall, basically window shopping, and go to eat in a restaurant. And sometimes I like to go to the center of the city and go to the Liverpool or Palacio de Hierro and walk in the streets of the downtown.
No, that's it. Pretty good. Samuel, please tell me, where do you live? Saul, I'm sorry.
Okay. I live in Tlanepantla.
In Mexico State.
Yes.
Hey, that's it. That's pretty good. All right. And so I have heard that in Tlalnepantla, the area is, well, it has so difficult traffic jams. What do you think about the traffic when you want to go shopping?
Oh, well, when I go shopping, I used to go in the weekends. There are traffic, but is enough to transit. The traffic is so difficult in the mornings. At the 6 in the morning, there are a lot of traffic when I go to Polanco, and I have to take the second floor, but is maximum 20 kilometers per hour. It's so slowly.
Oh my,
There are many cars.
yeah, too much traffic, too many cars. All right, well, thank you very much. You know what? Here we are going to see some inventions, some human inventions.
Mhm.
All right. So here we are. In your opinion, what are the most important inventions or discoveries? Because not all of them are discovery inventions. For example, if we are talking about fire, is fire a discovery or an invention?
It's a discovery.
That's it. So, Paloma, do you consider that fire was a very important discovery in the life of humans?
I think yes, teacher.
Why?
Yes, because with the fire, the the last civilizations is correct.
Civilization.
Civilizations and uh, change change their kind of life. For example, with the food and another is for example warm their houses
Uh-huh.
and for the defense teacher is correct,
Uh, for,
defenderse.
for their self-defense,
Yes, for I'm sorry, can you repeat me, teacher?
for their self-defense.
For their self themselves and
Self-defense.
defense.
Give me a moment and I'm going to write it for you.
Sorry, teacher. My brain knows a good friend. I think.
It's okay, don't worry. Self-defense.
Self-defense. Okay, self-defense for for example, you put the picture the persons who live in many years or centuries ago. They use the fire for protect the animal their lives for the animals. Self-defense, and this is important. I think it was important for them.
All right, thank you.
Another thing, teacher, is maybe the other civilizations. For example, the Chinese people use the fire. I don't know if it's in combination the pólvora need the fire for
Powder.
explode. Yes, I don't know about that, but I think have a little or too much reason, no, for the pólvora effects. Uh,
Uh,
yes, teacher, I think that.
all right, thank you very much. Saul, please talk to us about the discovery of fire. Was it important?
Yes, were one of the most important discovery in the air because, like said Paloma, the people who protects himself, so protects
Themselves.
themselves, and they cook the food, so could uh, um, improve, approach
No,
the.
I'm sorry. Take advantage.
Okay, take advantage of the nutrients of the meat
Huh?
better, and and they could get warm in the night, um, and the fire uh, help for the agriculture because may more better the ground.
Mm-hmm. And they could also make some tools, some instruments, no? When
Okay,
they began to
yes,
work with iron.
yes.
Hey, that's pretty good. Thank you very much. All right, so let's go with the next image. So, here we are. What about the discovery or invention? What is this? Discovery or invention of the wheel?
The wheel is a invention, I think, teacher.
And
Invention.
what do you think? Is it important? Was it important?
This invention is very important for the humans
Why?
because with the wheel they can um, recorrer, teacher. I don't know how do you say it in English?
To travel.
What traveled a big distance, and they can use with the animals, with the in the farms for the battles in the wars. And I think it's very important this invention, the wheel, teacher.
All right, pretty
But
good.
exactly, I don't know what is the most important.
Well, they are very important in many different ways. So, Saul, what do you think about the invention of the wheel?
Well, what the one of the first inventions of the ancient era is it was so important because the people could move heavy objects to one place to another, and just for transportation using animals like say paloma, um, they used to for approach the water, for example.
So, I don't know, but I consider also that it was the beginning of industry.
Yeah.
Oh, it was really important. Pretty good. So look at this. What about the first bicycle? Do you consider that it was important, that is the invention of the bicycle?
Teacher, I don't know if the bicycle is the first step for the cars. I don't know.
What do you think, Saul? What do you think about what Paloma said?
Well, the bicycle was the first vehicle that the human use because they could use uh, its own body to move the vehicle.
Ah,
And it's so important because in the nowadays we use in many forms the bicycle.
mm-hmm. But yes,
we we put an electric motor or a combustion motor to to go faster.
that's it. Yes, you're right. And well, yes, it was the first individual vehicle that human used. Later on, they used to use some engines for moving.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it was the first individual vehicle. And yes, as you said before, it was the starting of cars because it was an evolution. Cars
Mhm.
were evolution for the bicycles. All right, and
Well,
so,
first
yes,
were the train, no, was first that the cars.
uh-huh,
The,
that's
the,
it.
yes, the for example, the boat of a steam,
Uh-huh, the steamboat,
uh, steam,
steamboat.
were near the ear of the train.
That's it. So they were very important, really important. Okay, and what do you think about the invention of the electric bulb?
The electric phone. This is invention. This is a. Uh, I think Tesla mm, uh, made a big invention with the electric energy. I don't know if the volt is a Tesla idea or it's Edison idea, but I think it's a very important tool because you can take the lights and put whatever do you need it, no, and you can use the energy and many people have the opportunity to. I think teacher the light help the people who used before or many years ago the the candles is correct, say teacher,
Huh?
the candles, the
Candles,
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 yes.
candles, because the eyes work hard with this kind of light, and now with the bulb, electric bulb, I think help too much for the eyes.
That's it, pretty good. Okay, Samuel, what do you think about this? What's your opinion?
Uh, well, I think that's a very good invention. I know that Alva Edison was inventing the bulb, and there is an anecdote. How do you say? An
Anecdote?
anecdote that a reporter uh, asked why they fail 1,000 times. Then that he said that they don't fail. They know many forms that took to the correct way.
Hey, yes, that was very nice. It was very interesting. You know what? I heard and I read something about that Thomas Alva Edison, of course, was the inventor of the electric bulb. But somebody told me also that it was not correct, that the inventor was Nikola Tesla. But later on, as he was working directly with Thomas Alva Edison, because he was his teacher, Alva Edison appropriated from the invention of his student. So I don't know. What do you know about this, Saul? Don't you know anything?
Well, I don't know anything about that story because I thought that Edison invented the bulb because it has more than 1,000 invention patent
Patented inventions.
patented invention. Yes.
I think that, and sorry, Saul, I think the Tesla give the worked for Edison company, I think, and Edison take the ideas, the when Tesla worked in this company, Tesla take many ideas, many inventions of Edison take the inventions of Tesla, and Tesla, he was a very intelligent man, but they don't have they don't like will be a famous person or a rich person, and I think this the personality Tesla it was the first um, point, or I don't know how you say, when, for example, he don't want fighting with Edison about these problems. He knows the invention or the ideas or this kind of electronics items. He knows he have the original idea. And for example, teacher, in Niagara Falls, it was it is the first place where it's electric old town in Niagara in Buffalo,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a museum, and in this museum talk about Tesla, about the all the inventions and the many things he uh, um, he
He invented.
yes, he invented, and how he worked for electrify all this area, and then for well all the work, and have a museum, and they talk about that.
Hey, that was so interesting. I didn't know anything about it. But yes, it's so nice to know.
Yes, it's very interesting
Yeah.
because one man have a big idea, and now we can talk about about him, and we can use our electronic items and many things.
Aha, that's it. Thank you very much, Paloma. That was so illustrative. Mm, all right. So, what do you think? Now let's go to the next image. What do you think about these other inventions? As far as we can see, there are more very interesting inventions. For example, we have in here this thing. Do you know what it is?
A solar clock.
Excellent. Yes, that's a solar clock, a sun clock. And do you consider that it was interesting or important, Saul?
Just was important in its time because uh, the people or few people know how uh, to measure the time, and with
Mhm.
this instrument uh, everybody could know what time was.
That's it. Yes, you're right. It was the very beginning for the measurement of the time. So it was the basis for the invention or the development of the modern clocks. That's pretty good. Thank you, Saul. All right. So what do you think about this invention, the WC?
Well, teacher, the WC it's another big invention
Uh-huh.
because
Yes.
it's a. I think it's a big invention because it's a. Well, it's a, 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 a I don't know the word teacher. It's not. It's a care de medio ambiente de nuestra, o sea, de una forma de cuidar nuestro medio. It's a
It's a way to take care.
yes, and because it's healthy, I think for environment, for 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 the place where do you live, and and is it hygienic is correct? Is correct, teacher?
Hygienic.
Hygienic, uh, and well, some persons say that the WC it is no good for the intestine because the good is for the ancient forms where and I don't know that, but I know some countries don't use this.
Uh-huh. For example.
Other, for example, in the north of Europe, Ireland,
Uh-huh.
I think they don't use WC. They use only a hole, and well, this is the customs. I don't know if any other country use the same, have the same idea. For example, the Ireland, and I don't know, teacher, but I think it's a good invention.
All right. Thank you very much. Saul, what do you think about it?
Uh, well, I think that's a practical invention, and that's an hygienic invention because you don't need aseptic folds. Uh, the, but in many countries don't use this invention. Many countries in Asia don't use because don't have the infrastructure to deposit the desechos. I don't know how to say
The waste.
desechos.
The way.
The waste.
The waste.
The waste.
Mm,
Yes.
yes, that's it. You know what? I have heard about some countries. For example, China. Somebody told me that in China, people don't use this kind of invention, and they prefer to continue with a hole in the floor, and there's also some pipelines that conduct all of the waste into the ground or into, well, to where it has to be. But yes, they don't use it because they say that it is not hygienic.
Oh.
So, well, I don't know.
It depends, teacher. It depends the customs, no?
Yeah, it depends on the uses. You know
The
what?
uses.
Uh, Here in the place where I live, there's a mall, and in the mall there are some business. So one of the business is a Chinese restaurant, and in the mall there were many problems when Chinese people came because as they were not, they didn't agree about using this kind of invention. They used to stand up on the WC so that they could, do their necessities. And some of the WC were broken in this part.
Oh,
So there were many problems because of the Chinese people. As I told you before, they stand, not to sit down, they stand up in this part. And
wow.
so here, and it was because of their uses. They
Wow.
offered to pay, but anyway, it was a nuisance.
Well, teacher, other option is maybe the restaurants consider made a hall for Chinese customers,
Well,
other bathroom.
yeah, it could be, as well as there are many Chinese customers or many Chinese people over there, I guess that it would be useful. But maybe if there aren't many Chinese people, maybe the investment could be not necessary. Well, I don't know. It just depends on what the enterprisers think, no, what the company think about this issue.
Yeah, they know what is the best for the business.
That's it. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, finally, I would like to ask you, if you were an inventor, what would you invent?
Oh my goodness, teacher. Saul?
Well, I could invent a weekend more longer.
Hey, hey, I go by that. I like it very much. A longer weekend. I want
Yes.
one of that. Well, not one. I want many of those. All right. And so, Paloma, what do you think about it?
I teacher, well, if I have an opportunity and have a brilliant mind, maybe I invite something about we can save water. I
Mm,
don't know exactly what teacher, but I think we need something. Something can help us to save water. I don't know if the kitchen or the bathrooms, but maybe something that.
yeah, you're right. I guess that it is necessary.
Because you talk about the WC need water.
Mhm.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe a WC dryer or stand. I don't know, teacher. Something about that.
Yeah, that's it. To save water, I guess that it is one of the first necessities
Yes.
nowadays.
Hmm.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your participation and for your attention, for your attendance. And well, I don't know if you want to ask anything else.
No, teacher. No.
All
Thank you
Thank
very
right.
you.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you from the
Have
class.
a very good night.
You too, teacher. Thank you. Thank you, Saul.
Bye,
Thank you
Paloma.
very much.
Bye. Have a good night. Bye.